kiddies, gather around. The man with the goodies is here. It's showtime. We're going to do it to it one more time. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the creepiest, kookiest, wackiest, tackiest sideshow ever to hit town. This is Carnival. We're going to show you some things you've probably never seen before, some things I guarantee you've never seen, and a whole bunch of stuff you're going to hope you'll never see again. I'm Doc Swan. I'm going to be your MC for the next few minutes. MC, that's mental case. I'm going to warm you up on a rather chilly night here with an old sideshow act known as fire manipulation or fire eating. My version of Diabolo, the fire eating maniac. I use ordinary premium lead-free gasoline. When I was a young man and learned this act, gasoline was 29 cents a gallon. Can you believe that? Now for what it cost me to do it, I don't call it fire eating, I call it fine dining. So I'll go ahead and light it up. The torch burns at 1700 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll proceed to stick it into my big mouth and collect some burning gasoline fumes. When I exhale those fumes, you'll be able to see why they sometimes call me a human volcano. Watch. Tastes like chicken. I'm going to continue manipulating burning gasoline fumes around my unprotected mouth and feet and thumbs to show you the true form of fire manipulation. I'd like to point out that what you're watching is not a trick or an illusion, but a very dangerous art. Watch this, but please don't try it. Both of you. Here's where I try to light up 3 torches off of 1 mouthful of burning gasoline fumes. 3 times as hard, 3 times as hot, 3 times as dangerous as doing one. Last time I tried this, the wind shifted. I accidentally shaved myself the easy way. It's not fun. Let's see what happens. Smart crowd, too. I'm not just saying that, I can tell. Because you're not laughing at my jokes, it must be smart. I'm going to reward you with my toughest stunt, where I take a flaming torch, stick it in my mouth, let go with my hands, and hold it there. With my teeth. This usually gets the biggest round of applause. I'm a fire eater, not a fool, all right? Here's what's known as getting gas on the tummy fire eater star. Human gas jet. Now burn off the extra. That was my version of Diabolo, the fire eating maniac. We got you warmed up, lined up, signed up, fired up, and ready to rumble. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just now joining us, you are in front of the wisdom and wackiness of Carnival, where we show you the strange, the odd, and the unusual. Speaking of whom and which, the lady joining me on stage comes to us from the far-off land of Prague, Czechoslovakia. A lady we in the sideshow business refer to as the pretzel girl or rubber girl. Certainly not to insinuate that she's made out of pretzels, nor do we mean to imply that she's made out of rubber. The fact of the matter is, this poor, unfortunate individual suffers from a strange bone condition. So rare, in fact, it occurs only once every 2 million births, whereupon bones of the body do not solidify, but remain soft and flexible like a baby's. She can bend her bones without having them break, and practically tie herself into a knot just like a pretzel. To demonstrate that strange ability to you, she makes use of this wooden cabinet or box. As the lady takes a place in the cabinet, I will call your attention to the lid. Notice, please, if you will, all those slots running up and down, back and forth, dividing the cabinet into many, many small sections. Please notice that no one single section is any larger than a sheet of ordinary writing paper or the palm of my hand. At this point, we'll ask that she recline, nearly filling the cabinet to its capacity. I'll close the lid and the fun begins. We will... Excuse me. Can you please do something with that bubble? The young lady... Oh, I know you're doing something with... They don't want to see you, but the young lady will take... No, the young lady... No, the young lady... Nobody want... No, the young lady will take her place in the cabinet. I'll pick up my ammunition and get to work. I have a number of stainless steel blades and... I'm a fair man. Out of curiosity, by a show of hands, how many folks would like to see the young lady blow a bubble? Just as I thought, nobody raised their hand. I have here a number of stainless steel blades and paddles. I'll use these to put down from the top, through the bottom, through the cabinet, out the bottom, dividing it into those many, many small sections. Those sections about which we spoke just a brief moment ago. I'll begin by first dividing the cabinet in half short ways and using the paddles divide the cabinet in half again, this time long ways, and that makes 4 equal quarters. The question now arises, as I place the blades down into those quarters at various angles, what happens to the young lady inside? Does she get sliced up the way the cabinet does? And if so, how much fun is it to put all those pieces back together again? Well, you may rest assured she's totally out of harm's way in there as we speak, twisting and turning, contorting her body in, around, and among these blades much like a reptile. When we first presented the act, the cabinet had a glass front. Audiences could actually see her inside. Couldn't quite figure out what she was doing or why, and so as not to offend the squeamish, we eliminated the glass and replaced it with a solid panel you now see, leaving her gyrations entirely up to your imagination. And gentlemen, if you're imagining what I'm imagining, shame on us both. Now, out of curiosity, does there anyone feel as though the young lady might not be in the cabinet? Might have sneaked down through some secret magical trap door? We're just trying to fool you. How many people believe she's in there with all those blades? How many people don't care where the young lady is? Raise your hand. Come on, let's be honest, shall we, gang? My golly, it's a show. Let's get with it, people. Hey, I'll tell you what, why don't you give them a little sign there, darling? Let them know that you're alive on the inside. Give us a thumbs up and okay. Little sign to let them know that you're in there. Show us it. Hey, Bubbles, I'm talking to you. She's in there. Okay. And with a temper as well. I'm not going to leave her in there for any great length of time, but let her stretch herself back out into her normal appearance so we can continue on with the rest of the festivities. As I mentioned, she comes to us from Czechoslovakia. Makes her somewhat of a rarity. In fact, she's one of the world's only living, breathing rubber Czechs on display today. In fact, her father, from what I hear, was a rubber Czech, but since he was a bad Czech, well, he's now doing a stretch in prison. 10 years at Leavenworth. Or maybe it's 11 years in Tenworth. Or maybe it's 5 and 10 in Woolworth. Either way, as we open the lid of the cabinet to give her not only a breath of fresh air, but her freedom, the audience, seeing her totally unscathed from her ordeal, gives her a thunderous round of applause for her part in the know-how and the nonsense. That poor little rubber lady. She baffles science. Well, I guess it's time to talk about infirmities, huh? Everybody's got their own problems these days. I got my own. Out of curiosity, how many folks watching the show for the first time? Raise your hand. Cool. How many folks watching it for the last time? Raise your hand. I was born with what's known as vacancy of the cranium. That's Latin. That means empty skull. I got no brain. To prove my lack of brains, along with my lack of common sense and intelligence, I use this ice pick. An ordinary ice pick like you buy at a hardware store if you had the money. I didn't, so I stole this one. What I intend on doing is taking this ice pick and in front of all you people right here, right now, is to push this ice pick point first, right into the center of my head. Now watch carefully because I only do this once. There's not much of an encore. On 3. 1, 2. Yeah, right. Cut me a break. Last time I poked that pick into my head right there, my head deflated. And I can't do it there, but I did promise you I'm going to stick it into my head, which I will do. I think it's only fair to warn you, if you have a weak heart or stomach, you might not care for this. Secondly, I do have to sterilize it. Scotch is a good antiseptic. Right on in, dead center, right up to the hill. And I know people say you shouldn't pick your nose in public, but I get paid to do this. Guy saw my act last week, said, "Doc, you must have a loose screw to try a stunt like that." I took his advice, went out and stole a screwdriver. I'm going to use it to tighten up the screws that came loose. Sterilize it. That doesn't feel any better. I guess that screw is stripped after all these years. I know I must have a few doubters in the crowd. I don't blame you. I wouldn't trust somebody who looks like me. Think that somehow, somewhere, the point of that ice pick, the point of that screwdriver might collapse and go into the handle, not going into my noggin the way I say it does. That's a good theory. Try to explain this one, Einstein. It's an ordinary steel nail. There's no handle on it whatsoever. There is no place for it to go except where I say it's gone, and that's right into my coconut. Now, I'm going to use this microphone like a hammer, and I'm going to pound this puppy all the way home. I'll remind you, if you don't care for this kind of entertainment, this is liable to be the kind of entertainment you don't care for. Can you imagine how much fun I am at Home Depot? Sometimes I forget that nail's in there. I go out after work, you should see the looks I get. I go down to the old Post Inn, I walk up to the bar, I say, "I'd like a rusty nail." They don't get it either. I'm not going to leave it in there all night long. We're going to go ahead and extract it so I That was close. If I'd have nailed this, she said I'd have nailed you for sure, right? We're going to go ahead and see if we can't pull it out of there before it rusts. You know, in this kind of weather, it's not always easy. Sometimes it gets stuck in there, but as he pulls it out and holds it aloft for all to see, a rather perplexed yet thoroughly entertained audience gives him a thunderous round of applause for the no-how and the nonsense. Daggone, I forgot to sterilize that one. Cleanliness is next to godliness, which is not really true. Don't believe that. I looked it up. Goggles is next to godliness. Cleavage is next to cleanliness. That's weird. Hey, we have anybody who wants to help? We need a guy that would like to lend a hand. See if we can't get a fellow up here. We're going to get some, see if we get an audience participation, and see if we, imagine that, or did that really happen? This park's getting weirder and weirder. I got nothing for it, man. I get paid to act this way. Real brave guy. Do we have a brave guy that's not afraid of anything? How about the black right down in front? You want to help out, Slick? There's some steps right there. Come on up here. You will do perfectly. Hi, how are you? Good. Stand right here, right to the left of the table, just like that. Stand up nice and straight. Give everybody a great big smile and tell me what's your name. Ben. Hi, Ben. Is your last name Dover? No. Where you from, Ben? Where do you live? Sorry? Yeah. Where is that? New York, okay, that's in the, here's where New York is, somewhere around here. There's where I live, right there, New Jersey. You ever been there? Yeah, nice place to die, but you wouldn't want to live there. Yeah. Not too far from Canada. It's not too far from Mexico, either, to look at it. Small world, eh? Here's what we're going to do here, Ben. You're going to help me out. You're going to help me answer a question many people ask me as I travel around the nation. Everybody wants to know whether I'm a full-time professional entertainer. I honestly wish that I could say I was. But the fact of the matter is, during the winter months, when all the circuses, carnivals, and amusement parks for which I work go into winter quarters, I have to find other ways to earn my living. And I do that by demonstrating. Now, before I show you what I do, I'm going to take just a second here. Make myself a good luck charm. Because every time I do this next stunt that I'm about to do for you here, this next demonstration, I have to have all the good luck I can possibly get, because it's kind of one of those kind of things where you need good luck. So I'm just going to make this now. You know, entertainers are very superstitious people. You know, and I figure this is a good luck charm for me. This is a little guy that I make all the time. His name is Rolex. I call him Rolex because he's a watchdog. He loves to watch the audience watch the show. And he's going to sit here and he's going to watch the audience. Let me make it pretty. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Just do me a favor, since he's never been up before a large crowd before, don't do anything that might make him nervous or jumpy, all right? We don't want him getting scared up here, doing anything that might be embarrassing. Ben, how old are you, big guy? 11 years old. What a great age. Do you like being 11? Yeah. I got twin brother that's 11. He loves it. Hang on for a second. We got a problem over here already. See, it's these bright lights at nighttime. You know, you get up on the stage. Poor little Rolex here seems to have gotten nervous already. Let me take care of it. I remember what happened to me the first time I got up in front of a crowd. It was a lot like that, so he knows how he feels. Ben, with your help, I'm going to show these folks what I demonstrate. One of the handiest, one of the dandiest, one of the latest and greatest, the meanest and keenest, the all-new Vegematic, the chopper with a hopper. It's a kitchen magician with a laser razor edge. This machine slices, it dices, it chops, it grates. Back up a tiny little bit, right there. Turn and face the audience. Good man. All right. It slices and dices, it chops, it grates. Any type of vegetable as pretty as you please. Watch how it makes mincemeat out of these carrots from the top to the bottom. A simple flick of the wrist and you're ready to go again. Coleslaw by the pound, French fries by the bucketful. Slicing onions so fast you won't have time to cry. Right through those carrots, by golly, by gosh. Absolutely indispensable when you're making my personal favorite, gold soup. Ben, have you ever had gold soup? Are you serious? You never had gold soup? Really, it's delicious. It's made with 14 carrots. Now, there is one very important redeeming safety factor involved with this particular chop-o-matic. Excuse me, little puppy's a little more nervous than I thought he was. I guess it's a bigger crowd than I thought it was. Just relax, pal. This machine is unlike anything you've ever seen before because it is guaranteed that it cannot and will not ever harm human flesh. Now, Ben, a minute ago I asked if you wanted to come up and lend a hand. I think you're putting two and two together here, right? Let me take a peek at your hand if I could for a second. Hold it up high so I can... Ooh, how about the clean one? We're going to see if we can't get it. That wasn't clean. All right, that's going to have to do. We're going to get Ben all suited up, proceed with this experiment, show you just how safe this machine can be to human flesh. Poor little puppy's kind of nervous. All right, hang on for a second. Don't go left. That's not too tight on your hand, is it, big guy? I don't want to cut off the circulation or anything. Excuse me, little puppy's kind of nervous. All right. Knows what's coming next. We're going to take a carrot and put it up the top. A carrot down the bottom and a carrot right alongside. My gallons will cut my carrots so they can fit in there. In we go. Carrot down the bottom and a carrot right alongside. In one moment, I'm going to slam down that laser razor edge, severing all three carrots, hopefully not harming a hair on Ben's Macho Man wrist. Now, I do know that we got a couple of folks that are getting here a little bit late. They might not have been here when you volunteered to help out. And the last thing in the world I want is for somebody to think I have you up here on this stage against your own free will. I mean, you do want to help out here, right? You did volunteer. Good answer, good answer. All right. I have a sign I'm going to hang around your neck so everybody will know what's going on, okay? They see this, they'll know just exactly what you are for coming up here and helping out in the demonstration. All right, so from the top to the bottom, let me take care of little puppy, turn nervous. Okay, from the top to the bottom, watch the wrist, watch the carrots. On three, here we go. 1, 2, 3 years ago when I first started doing this demonstration, the manager of this park came up to me, he says, Doc, what happens if you make a mistake? Who cleans up? Do we have to clean up or do you clean up? And I started thinking, well, you know, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just in case that I take precautionary measures. So I got a towel that I use. I'm going to put this towel down in front of you. Is that okay there, Ben? All right, it's a towel I always use when I do this. Cool. That's just some beats on there. We use it around the kitchen too, okay? Okay, cool. You doing all right, big guy? Yeah, you look a little stiff. What, you get nervous? Yeah? Better safe than sorry. Okay, on three, let's see what happens. 1, 2, Ben, you want to say 3?
3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, the carrots got chopped. Hold on for 1 second. Let's see what happened to the hand. Take it out, wiggle the finger. Still working? Where's a giant round of applause for the bravest guy in town? The all-new Vegematic ball now, operator standing by, not available in stores, makes a great Christmas gift. And Ben, I got something for you. Don't take off just yet, big guy. Before we bring out the star of the show here, I want to give you something extra special. Now, we have some fine prizes that we give to all our helpers. This crowd just gave you a real nice round of applause. I want you to hold this up. This is a silk here. It says thank you on it. And this is your way of thanking them for that applause. Hold it up so they can read it, okay? Now, don't get it upside down. The last show, the young man had it upside down. Nobody could read it. So make sure you get the right side up. And don't get it inside out either. If you get it backwards, they won't be able to understand it either. So take your time and hold it up so they can all see what it says, so they know that you're thanking them. And this, of course, goes on for as long as you want to sit there and watch. All right. No, I do have something for you here. Oh, first of all, hold your hand out nice and flat. Good. We'll give you some nice, fresh produce. Okay, there we go. That's good. And tasty, yes. And a great little magic trick so you can amaze your friends and annoy your enemies, okay? And another round of applause for a brave guy that did a great job. Kick him out there, big guy. They love you. Cool. You remember who you came here with, Ben? Good, okay. If you can't find them, just try to pick somebody rich to go home with. Okay. Listen, before we bring out the star of the show here, I want to take just a second and tell you about these little packages. A lot of people ask us if it's possible for us to teach you a little something you might be able to do if you go to a party or if you want to entertain or show off. Now, of course, I don't expect you to learn how to drive nails in your nose or eat fire. But if you'd like to show off, you want to do something that's real easy to learn, this little package is for you. We make these available after the show to anyone who'd like to have one. Let me show you what's inside, and then you can decide whether you want to come up and get one. I'll tell you how you can get yours, okay? This little guy right here is the most endearing and enduring little magic trick, little illusion, ever to come down the Midway. What's he do? How does he do it? You watch. Waldo the Wonder Mouse. You set him on your hand, you tell your friends you got a trained mouse. Snap your fingers and off he goes a-running like a BMW out there on the New York State Thruway. Now, he'll run all day if you don't get tired, because there's nothing to run down, nothing to wear out. Nothing ever has to be replaced. He'll do tricks. Back up, go forward, back up, hold it, stop, left turn, and a right turn. And again, he'll run, and run, and run. So what makes that little road ramble, you wonder? How did it do when I first saw it? It's the neatest little thing called a magician's gizmo. Of course, snapping your hands has nothing to do with it. You know, it's just the motion of your hands that brings it to life. And this little deal right here, you see it there? It's made out of wax and wire. This is what causes him to look like he's running. Now, if you take that and you put it on a quarter, you can tell your friends that the iron in your system's magnetic. They'll believe you when they see that coin behave like this. In fact, you can take this, you adults can take this to your local watering hole, and you can do this, make the coin go across the counter like that. I guarantee that guy next to you will switch to coffee in a hurry. And, and you kids can take this little mouse to school with you, because it works wonders when you're trying to get yourself into trouble. I used it to get myself in trouble when I went to school for 3 whole years. That was only in 1st grade. Now, when you're not using the magician's gizmo, you take it off the mouse, and you stick it on your belt buckle or your shirt button. It'll stay there forever. Never needs replacing, never runs down or wears out. And little Waldo, he'll ride in your pocket. He's ready to come out and entertain anytime you want to show off. Waldo, the gimmick, complete instructions, everything you need is inside a souvenir package. As I said, they're available after the show if you'd like to have one. Listen carefully so there's no misunderstanding. We don't give these away, but I don't apologize for the cost. They're well worth $2, and if you have a big family, you get 3 of them for $5. They make a great souvenir of your trip to this show and to this park. I need a lady to close things out. The star of the show, the feature act, is a lady from the audience. See if we can't get just the right person to join us up here. I'm going to do an old sideshow act. And with the ladies' help, let me clear up. My golly, Ben, you make a mess when you're up here, Ben. All right. Let me take a good long look here and see if we can't get just the right person. Because if I don't... a little bit bigger now. I need somebody a little more grown up. You know, for sure. Every move will work of art. I can't see anything with these lights on. Let me stand over here, guys. Oh, there we go. Hey, man, we got a lot of people here. I couldn't even see you with the lights on. All right, let me see. How about in the crowd? Would you like to help me out right here in front of that? You okay? Would you like to lend a hand? Okay. She said she's thinking about it. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay. How How about in the white? Would you like to help right behind her? Is that okay? There we go. All right, there we go. Let's give her a round of applause for volunteering. You never know what to expect when you come up here, so it takes a lot of nerve to get up here with all the wacky stuff that's happened. Oh, you'll do perfectly. Yes, indeed. You'll do very, very good. We'll have you come right on over here. Hi, how are you? You look terribly familiar. Do we know one another? No, really? You look like somebody that I used to know. Seriously. My golly, I wish she was here now. You look just like a lady I knew years ago. Yeah, right. Her name was Taylor, and she lived down where I live in New Jersey, and she looks just like you. I know. I'm from New Jersey. Yeah, don't tell anybody though. Okay. All right. Cool. You ever been? Yeah. You ever been in New Jersey? No. Okay. I can tell you what it's like sooner or later. Yeah. Okay. What's your name? Barbara. Cool. Here's what we're going to do, Barbara. You're going to help me do a very old, very dangerous sideshow act. The sideshow act was taught to me by a Hindu holy man. A Hindu holy man by the name of Tonka Abhidarama. Tonka Abhidarama was a holy man from India. In the sideshow that I worked on back in the 70s, he used to lay on a bed of nails while they drove a Jeep over top of him. That's how I got so holy. And he taught me this act and told me, yeah, okay, she hears you. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's everybody say hi to one another right now, and then I'll go on and talk, okay? Hi, how are you? Okay, we all got that out of our system now? Good, all right, now, may I do my show? Thank you. All right, now, hi, Barbie. No, I'm sorry, I had to get in on that too. No, here's what, you're going to help me here. You're going to do the most dangerous, death-defying act in this whole entire show, Barbara. Yeah, you're going to stand next to me as I remove my socks and shoes. Yeah, right, well, I'm telling you. Now, remember I told you I was going to tell you what New Jersey is like? Yeah, it's a lot like this. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I'm not doing this just to get comfortable. I'm doing this because the act dictates that I do this barefoot. The name of the act is called the Ancient Barefoot Walk on Broken Glass Bottles. It's done with 2 very large bare feet, 1 very attractive young lady, and 100 broken glass bottles that I keep handy for just such an emergency. Barbara, no matter how much I stand up here and try to look honest and trustworthy and believable, nobody ever wants to believe this is real broken glass. So I'm going to ask you to help me prove to them that it is, okay? I want you to take 1 finger, don't touch the glass, and don't pick it up, but point to any piece of glass that you see there, and I'm going to hand it to you to examine, okay? So go ahead, pick one out, anyone, a little bit closer so I know which one you're pointing to. This big one? You got it. All right. Very carefully hold that in your hand, take a good long look at it, and in your own words, what is that you're holding there in your hand? Good, just the way we rehearsed. Thank you. Okay, back it goes. I'm going to be walking from one end to the other, crushing down on top of that glass with all 260 pounds of my perfect male figure. That usually gets a round of applause if I do it without losing a toe. However, tonight we're going to make it a little more interesting by adding a little extra weight. I'm going to be piggybacking Barb across the broken glass bottles. Now, Barbara, don't you worry. I have the hard part, you have the easy part. All you have to do is hold on and hold still, okay? Don't twist, don't turn, don't jump up and down. If you hold nice and still, this is going to be the thrill of victory. You bounce up and down, it's the agony of defeat. I want you to step to your right just a tiny little bit if you would. Here's how we do this. I have a loading platform right here. It makes it easy for you to get on my back. So I want you to step up onto the top of that stool right there. Very good. Yep, you can hang on to me. Turn, face the audience. Very good. Now, don't worry because it's very, very rare that I ever drop my helpers face first into broken glass. Okay? Now. Well, Tucson, the lady wasn't holding on very tightly, so I well, in Tallahassee, no. See, I actually stumbled and tripped, and that wasn't my fault. Buffalo was because it was cold out. Who asked you anyhow? All right? No, I never drop anybody. Okay, ignore her. What I'm going to do here is ask you a question. Keep in mind that in show business we're allowed to fib. All right? You don't have to tell the truth. But I'm sure this audience is curious about the cumulative weight on that glass. So 260 pounds plus. Now you're allowed to fib. What's your approximate weight? 150, So we had 260 pounds plus 150 pounds. Folks, that's 796 pounds crushing down on top of the glass here. Now you know how to piggyback, right? It's like riding a Harley. There's nothing to it. Just hold on and hold still. Alrighty? I do all the work. The timeless dignity of the barefoot walker with the broken glass bottles featuring Barbara. Okay, Barbara, just climb right on up there. Make yourself at home. You know how to get it. Not on the windpipe. 150, my eye. Okay. Okay. We gotta get serious here. All right, I gotta get psyched. All right, yeah. How's the view in the cheap seats back there? You doing all right, guys? Do her jeans make my butt look fat? All right. Barb, hang on, darling. Now, people ask me as we step out onto the glass here, people ask me how I do this. They want to know if this is mind over matter. I'm inclined to believe so. Where there's no mind, it doesn't matter. People ask me why I do this. That's a whole nother story. The fact is, at my age, this is the only way I can pick up women. As I move on across step by step, inch by inch, we're going to get to the end here. And I'm going to pause here a moment. Did everybody hear that crack just then? It was my back. As I get over here, I'm going to pause here momentarily. Catch my breath and get my bearings before I back up and go backwards. Okay. You still there, Barbara? No kidding. All right. What are you hollering for? It's my date. All right. You know, Barbara, every time you laugh back there, you're blowing a puff of air on my bald spot. No, that's all right. It feels pretty good, actually. All right. As I'm back going out of here, I got a question for you. When you woke up this morning, if somebody come walking up to you and told you that before the day was over, you'd be sitting on the back of some great big creepy guy from New Jersey. While he walked barefoot across broken glass bottles, and you sat there blowing hot air on his bald spot, you might not have believed it, would you? Yeah, see what you'd be missing. Okay, now, as I step on out of here, hold still. As I step on out of here, I'm going to take you, I'm going to send you down on the stage. You take both hands, stick them straight out to both sides, accept that thunderous applause that audience is giving you for being such a great sport. Don't go away, darling. Let me take the pieces back out of my feet and put them back in there where they belong. There you go. See? Yeah, really. I got some extra special prizes for you. You did a very good job, Barbara. And you look just like Taylor. I wish she was here to see it. I got some fine prizes for you. Remember the little magic mouse? We're going to give you one of those for helping out. I also have something extra special for you. Do you like balloon animals? Balloon animals? Do you like them? No coaching from the audience. Come on. I got a balloon animal that you're going to love. This is one I've been working on for a while. It's not very elaborate, but it's really cool. It's a tadpole, and but it's a special tadpole. I taught him to do tricks. Well, actually, he only does one trick, but it's a cool trick. It's called swimming upstream. There you are, right there. You got a balloon animal. I do have something extra special for you. I like to poke a little good-natured fun at the pretty ladies, and I'm sure you agree Barbara took it very, very well. We're only having fun here, and she did a great job. We're going to give you something extra special on behalf of Carnival. And Six Flags give you a brand new diamond ring. I want you to hold your hand out nice and flat, just for you, my dear. There you go. There's the dime. There's the ring. Let's give her one more round of applause. Take the bow there, Barbara. They love you. Listen to that crowd. Very good, my dear. Thank you very, very much for your help. Please be careful on the steps, okay? No, you keep that dime. You take it out in the park and buy some cotton candy and a soft pretzel and a large Coke. And, yeah, and some funnel cake, and then bring me the change. All right, yeah. Folks, I'm going to wrap this one up. Before you turn tail and run and head out of here, please keep in mind, it was the park that invited me and my show to come here to see you. If you appreciate the fact that they bring in entertainment for you for Halloween, be sure to let them know so they'll keep bringing shows back for your pleasure. I think it's just a great, great park. I hope you agree. Take care, have a happy Halloween and a pleasant evening.